let's talk a little bit about monatomic gold. I got my bottle right here. The text is going to be backwards, of course, but this is what the bottle looks like. Mine came from Canada, which was surprising. It got here relatively quickly, though, for it to come from Canada, so that was pretty cool. And I'll leave a link in the description. But I was turned on to this by Dr. Delbert Blair, and he was talking about pretty much how we are all gods. And when I first heard him say that, like I was like, oh my God, this is who I need to be watching because I talk about this all the time, and it's really cool seeing an older person, especially someone that's already transitioned, but someone before me that was talking about this. So it was really cool. And one of the things he said was to become a god, to be a god, you need to eat like a god. So when he first said this, I thought he was talking about like eating foods with high life force energy, like fruits and vegetables and grains and stuff like that. But he was talking about monatomic gold. So here I got my little list of about 7 things. It might be a longer or shorter list, but we'll see what happens. I start talking and things just pop up in my head. So when I first took this last night, the first thing I experienced was like a wave of calmness. It took about 5 minutes for it to kick in. But when I did, I was like, ooh, whoa. I like when I tried things out and I feel something immediately. You know what I mean? So it felt like calmness. But then the next thing that came in was a sense of focus. Like I was just starting to just look at things on my walls. It's like, wow, okay, cool, cool, cool. But then I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm focused on something. I need to put this energy somewhere. So I like had like a little notebook and I was just thinking of ideas of videos. I was just like, oh, I'm not doing nothing right now. Let's just see this. Boom, boom, boom. And I made a whole page of ideas. I may record them, may not, who knows. But it was really cool to see all this energy and this creative energy being generated in my brain because it felt like it was firing on all cylinders and being able to put ideas out on a piece of paper. So then, so then next, after I was done with that, it was pretty much time for me to go to bed. And the first thing I was able to notice was my meditation, my pre-bedtime meditation was deeper. It was deeper, and I got into that meditative state even faster. I mean, it took me like 30 seconds. Like I meditate every single night before bed because I want to clear my mind, go to bed stress free, what I mean, and make sure I don't take that low vibrational thought with me to dreaming, the dreaming world, because if you go to bed stressed, you're more likely to have nightmares and stress related dreams. So keep that in mind. That's why I meditate before bed. So, but I mean, it literally took me about 30 seconds and I was in that deep state where it felt like I was just talking. It felt like I was talking directly to my subconscious mind, and it felt like I was at my round table with God on the other side of the table, and I was just talking to him about the things I'm trying to manifest in my life. I was just talking to him like, hey, so thank you for this. Thank you, big homie, for bringing me this and that and that. You doing your thing up there. You know what I'm saying? But like, this is how I am. Like, I just talk directly to God. We can all do this. If you call it God, you call it the universe. We always have a link. God's always listening to us. The universe is always listening to us, reacting to our energies, reacting to our intent. So when I find something that heightens this ability, I'm with it. The next one is when I actually went to bed. My dreams were extremely vivid to the point that I felt like I wasn't dreaming. I felt like I was existing on another plane. You know what I mean? And I talked about this in a few other videos, but a lot of the times when I'm dreaming, I'm always in school. I am always in school. But one of the signs, and this is something that was really cool, like a really personal thing that I noticed, is like when I see like handwriting, but I see perfect handwriting in my dreams, I know that's something for me. I know that's something that I need to bring back to earth, to my waking, my quote, quote, reality, right? And I remember I was reading it out loud, so that's the only reason I remember it, but I can't remember what was written on the board. So hopefully with the continued use of this, I'll have a better sense of, bringing back information like that to my walking, quote, quote, reality, all right? But that was really cool. The next morning, or this morning, when I woke up, I almost felt like I had a spiritual hangover. And not like a hangover in the bad way, like alcohol or something like that, but it felt like the heightened sense of energy carried over. So as I'm waking up, I was just sitting there. But like, when you're typically all groggy in the morning, I was extremely focused. I literally sat at the edge of the bed for about 5 minutes, like planning out my entire day. I was like, okay, I need to do that. I need to do this, do that, go there. Okay, cool. I mean, but that was my first thought. It wasn't like, man, I'm gonna go back to sleep. It was wake up. I woke up focused. You know what I mean? So that was really interesting. you know. And I was walking around this entire morning. I was just like, huh. Like, I mean, I was walking. It was a kind of cold morning, but I just walked out in some hoodie and some shorts and some slippers, and I was just like, it's cool, but like, I just feel good. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to put into words. But then what I started to notice was like my intuition was very strong. You know, my intuition was very strong when I was driving. You know, I was driving and I was just like, what I like to do is like it's like an intuition exercise. I like to predict what cars are gonna do. So I'm like, he's gonna turn left. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. You know, he's gonna turn right, he's gonna merge, he's not gonna notice the person coming out here. And I noticed when I was driving today that I was getting more of my little guesses right. It's like a little game I play when I'm driving. And like I was like, okay, he slowed down a little bit. That means he's trying to merge. 2 seconds later, he put on his blinker, was moving over, you know, and then like this is gonna happen. I was like, okay, that light's gonna turn red in about 4 seconds. 2 seconds later, yellow, 2 seconds later, red. I was like, oh, this is dope. You know, but it was a relatively longer drive, about 30, 45 minutes. Like, not one of those drives I would take if I didn't have to. It was work related. So, like, I was driving, and then it got to the point where I stopped playing my little game and I was having my mental conversation. But it sounded like my mental voice was louder. You know what I mean? Like, not to the point where it's like I could hear the voices, but you know what I'm saying? You can hear that inner voice in your head. And I was just like, okay, my thoughts are louder. They're clearer today. Like, there's no fog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was already mentally clear. It elevated me a step up. So that was really amazing to notice. Now, these are the two I haven't really worked with yet, because mind you, I'm only in day 2 of working with this. But one of the things that I read on the site was that this increased the semen production in men, or it could. You know, they always say could or may increase the semen production in men. So this is something that's very important. Number one, if you're on your semen retention journey, and I have a bunch of videos on that. If you need to get motivated and regain your masculinity and start feeling like a walking king, a walking god, go check that out. Women, I also recommend you watch this, because you see how this community operates. And you're like, dang, that's probably what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So I recommend everybody go watch those types of videos. But if you are a man and you're trying to, you know, have a child or something like that, and you're having issues, this might work out for you. Some people say like it helps like with their sexual potency, vitality, all the above. So hey, if it works with your mind and it helps some people work out and stuff, it definitely works at all levels with the mind, body, and spirit. So definitely check that out. And one thing I kind of saw, but I'm not going to say that this is definite yet, but was memory. You know, one of the reviews I read about this product, it was saying that a person was making less mistakes at work. You know, they were just able to go about their day. They had a nice sense of energy, but they were able to remember like people's orders. There was a waitress that was giving her review, and she's, I was able to remember everybody's orders. Everyone was complimenting me on my memory and stuff like that. That was pretty cool, because I had to finish up a little bit of work stuff this morning, and I cleared it. Usually I have to like backspace, I have to like go between documents and go here and here. No, I was like click, 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 boom, that looks good, done. I was like, wait a minute, that usually takes me a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? So the brain is just functioning on all cylinders. My spiritual was upgraded. My mental clarity was like boosted up a little bit. I didn't think I could get more mentally clear, but I guess there's always more. There's always better out there. And I didn't really work out too much today. It was my rest day, so I can't speak too much on that. But, you know, I was feeling spry this morning. You know, I can honestly say I was feeling spry. So that was a bunch of the benefits I was able to notice, and hopefully they continue to grow and I get more benefits and I'm able to see other things as I continue using this. But in 2 days, when I'm feeling all this type of stuff, it feels like one of those things that they call the superfoods, but like the miracle supplement. Once again, Monatomic Gold. Yeah, I'll leave a link to the description, but go make sure you find your own wherever you're comfortable buying it. And that's about it. To the next one.